Alright, welcome. If you love bass, you're in the right place because I have this little gem here. This is the Yorkville LS200p and I've had about 2 years experience with this model, this type of speaker, and I love it because it's highly mobile, highly portable, and has a big presence. Huge presence? No, but big for such a little box. So let me tell you, it is a 10-inch woofer and it weighs 54 pounds, which is what makes it so transportable, that and the compactness. When it's on its side this way, these become the feet, and there's a handle on this side so I can pick it up quite easily with one hand and carry it. It fits easily into the car, doesn't take up too much room, and it pairs well with mid-highs. It won't keep up with more powerful mid-highs, but it does round out the bottom, fills in the whole sound so that you get a full frequency representation of your music that you're either playing live or recorded music. It's not the best bass in the world. It's a little bit muddy, but it does have a real nice character to it, a nice muddy, low rolly bass, and it's kind of sloppy. But again, that's actually part of the charm to me. I've had a pair of these before. I didn't like doubling that muddiness, but I do like having one, and I think I will always have one because, again, it's so portable. So if I have a smaller gig or something to do, I can take one mid-high in this or a pair of mid-highs in this, and it's a very light system. When I want the full bass representation that I usually like, I use this LS200p with an LS720p, and that is much more of a full bass frequency representation. And I put the 720 a little louder than the 200, and the 720p on its own it's pretty nice, but quite honestly, instead of a pair of 720p's, which I had, I actually prefer a 720p and one of these, and they complement each other so well. And I don't turn this one so loud that it's fighting with the 720p, but it's complementing it, and it's just a great sound to me. So on its own it's decent, with other subs it's decent. Some of the cool things about it, other than its portability, is that it has a speaker pole mount. It's self-powered, it's very durable, and because these are made and sold locally, the company's in Pickering, Yorkville, and they're sold through Long & McQuaid, which is everywhere, and it's a part of their rental fleet. People know these speakers, they buy them quite frequently, so there's a lot of activity and a lot of availability in the used market, and that's where I get all my speakers. That's where I got this one, actually. And if you hunt hard enough, you can get one for a great deal. You might have to act on it right away and drive an hour and a half from where you are to get it, but for the right sub and the right price, it might be worth it to you. Like I said, it's not the best speaker, it's not the most accurate bass, but it is very warm, and it's well worth adding to your system. If you don't have a sub yet and you're looking for something to buy, I say this is an excellent entry sub, and you could actually buy one at the right price and sell it for the same price or even more if and when you decide to upgrade. So you can't really lose on something like this. You can expect to pay, I'm in Canada close to Toronto, you can expect to pay on something like Kijiji anywhere from $250 to $350, maybe $400 used for one of these. And to me, for this style and quality of bass and the resaleability of it, it's an investment, it's not even a cost. So there you go, that's my opinion. I've used it for 2 years. I've also had the nx200s, the ps110p. To me, they're all the same. I'm pretty sure they're the same spec, similar components, if not the same. So I don't think it matters which one you buy. It's an aesthetics thing and what you're able to actually find on Kijiji at the time. But it will round out that sound for you. A quick word to add to this: I have had the YX10SP, and you can't even compare these two. This spanks the YX10SP. If you had a cereal box and a spoon, you could outperform a YX10SP. And I'm sorry for being so harsh, whoever designed that at Yorkville. I apologize. I know you're a human being and everything. I just think that's an inferior bass and maybe shouldn't even be called a subwoofer. It should be called a mid-woofer maybe. And yeah, so there you go. These you can get for the same price, if not less, than a YX10SP. Don't even look at the YX10SP. Go for the LS200p or nx200s or ps110p, and you will not be sorry. This is a wicked sub. Thank you so much for watching. I know I totally nerded out on this. You know what? Before we go, I want to show you the back. Hold on one sec. Okay, so it's not the best lighting back here, but we're going to nerd out a bit more on the back here. So we're not done. I'm not done extolling the virtues of this sub. It's got a detachable power cord. It's got Velcro here to hold a cord if you wanted to. It's got a power LED, this green light here, and 1/4-inch jacks for input and parallel through. You has a switch for ground and ungrounded. Just get that out of the way. And it can be used as a passive speaker, so you can send a signal through it. If you press that button in, you can send a signal from an amp and use it as a passive speaker or as an active speaker. You can pass a signal through one of these. So if you have one of your main signals coming in through here, you can have this going to your mid-highs, and your mid-high will still be able to play even if this isn't turned on, which is cool. I like that. And of course there's the volume knob here. Here's the heatsink. These do not run hot. I've never had them feel overly hot. I've never had them really clip or stop working. They do get muddy if you crank it past 9 usually, 8.5, 9. Then you start to hear some distortion, gets a lot muddier than it already is. But overall, no problems with this sub. And the one thing I would caution for, if you are looking for one in a used market, you're going to go look at it, is when you turn it on to hear it, to audition it, before you hook anything up to it, just turn it on by itself and listen to see if there's an annoying hum. Some of them will have an obnoxious hum that when there's no sub frequency in the song, you can kind of hear the hum from this, and it detracts from your overall listening experience and your crowd's overall listening experience. So that's one thing that I would caution toward for sure, is to not only audition it with something like a phone or a sound source going through it, but to also listen to it on its own with nothing plugged in to see if there's a hum. Sometimes that hum could be the outlet where you are in your house or the building that you're in, but quite often if it does have an obnoxious hum, it's not a 60 hertz hum, it's a different kind of internal hum. Could be a dried out capacitor, I don't know, could be all kinds of variables, I'm sure, but I wouldn't buy one with the hum ever again. I did once and it was just too annoying, I couldn't handle it. So there you go. Thank you for nerding out with me on this speaker. I really enjoy it, and I hope that this video will help you in your decision about whether or not you're going to add this to your system or rig. Take care. I'll see you next time.